Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles, a channel where I try and demonstrate the fun that can be had exploring the logic in variant Sudoku. And this is a heck of a variant Sudoku. There is a wall of text above me. There are some really tricky rules in this one. This is an aquarium puzzle, but I've done aquarium puzzles before and they've not been quite as tricky as this one in concept. So I'm looking forward to giving this one a try. This one has not been solved many times. This was sent to me a few months ago, I think, and I don't know that it's been published anywhere else because when I was loading this up, it's only had a very small number of solves. One of my testers said that they solved it and they really loved it, but that they found it quite tricky. So we'll have to see what I'm in for. Before I get onto the puzzle, when I hit 1,000 puzzles solved on the channel, and I said there's no milestone for a while, quite a few people said, well, the next big milestone is obviously puzzle 1,234, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is that puzzle. We're now at 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 main features on the channel, which is absolutely incredible. I've loved that I've gotten this far. It's like a 4-year journey to get here. It doesn't feel like it. It really doesn't, but it must have been. It's just insane. And of course, that doesn't include things like the Sudoku Problem Series, the World Puzzle Federation, or any the puzzle packs, or any of the other stuff that I've done on the channel. That's just the main features. This has been a lot of fun. Let's have a look at Aquarius by HFJ. I don't know that I've seen a puzzle by HFJ before. So this is one that was sent through as with a, I found your channel and it looked really cool. And I don't know how this one slipped through the cracks for so long. Possibly because it's an aquarium puzzle. And I looked at the rules at one point. I don't remember seeing these before, but maybe I looked at them and went, eek. Let's have a look at the rules and see how we go. So we need to place, this is an irregular Sudoku. It doesn't state that, but we need to place the digits 1 to 9 in every row, in every column, and into each region. So into each of these shaped regions, we must put the digits 1 to 9 without repeats because there's only 9 cells in each of these regions. Now, every region is an aquarium tank, which has some water, shaded cells, filled from the bottom up to a certain level. So let's say there is, I don't know that there is, but let's say there is water in this region. These could contain water, and then these could possibly be filled with not water. That would be one way of doing it, although it says shade water, so it's a bit weird using grey as not shaded, but there you go. Or these could be water, and then these could not be. But if you consider this, and we'll keep going, the water level in a region must be completely flat, meaning all the digits in a region occupying the same row must be uniformly shaded or unshaded. Furthermore, due to gravity, there can be no unshaded cells below shaded ones in a given region. So let's use yellow instead. I think that's a good contrast. So let's make these yellow. We couldn't put a pocket of air down here, because the water by gravity would fall down and fill this up. Similarly, we couldn't make this water and this air because if this was a tank of water, there is no way this air wouldn't be displaced by the water. And we can't have partially filled cells. So this would have to contain water in order for this tank to have a flat water level. So that's the way aquarium works. You must have cells at the bottom which are water and cells at the top which are air, and all of the water must be below all of the air. So that's the way aquarium works, but we don't know how to fill the aquarium. The digit in the leftmost shaded cell of each row counts how many total shaded cells in that row, or shaded cells are in that row. So if this cell was shaded and it was a 4, if it was shaded, then it would mean there are 4 shaded cells in that row. Okay, and digits in circles, but if this cell was unshaded and a 4, and this cell was shaded and a 6, because this would have to be unshaded because of the region, then there would be 6 shaded shells, seashells by the shade. This happens a lot, doesn't it? Then there would need to be 6 shaded cells in this row going across here. But the leftmost shaded cell is what's going to tell me which ones they are. Now, what was next? How many shaded cells are in the same region? Oh, hang on, no, did it? And the digits in circles count how many shaded cells are in the same region as the circle. So if this was a, can't be a 5, but if this was a 2, then these would be shaded but these would all not be shaded because we could have 2 shaded cells in the region. Okay, that's fair. That makes sense. There are at least some water in every row. There is at least some water in every row, and the digits in circles may not repeat. Okay, that's important. So we can't have 2 circles containing the same digit. Digits separated by a white dot must be consecutive. Digits separated by a black dot have a 1-to-2 ratio, and not all dots are given. So it's perfectly fine for these to be consecutive or in a 1-to-2 ratio without a dot. That's the rules of the puzzle. Okay, so we've got Aquarium, and the only restriction we've got is the leftmost shaded cell is... So we've got, what are the restrictions? The leftmost shaded cell in the row counts how many shaded cells are in the row. Digits in circles count how many shaded cells are in the same region as the circle. There is at least some water in every row, and digits in circles may not repeat. Okay. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So how can we start this? Well, there must be some water in the top row. So either this is full, this, oh, hang on, there's no circle in this region. But either this region is all water, this region is all water, or this region is all water. How many circles do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 8 circles. So that means that we don't need all of the digits in circles. But any region with a circle in it must have water, because the digits in a circle is counting how much water is in the region. And if the digit in the circle is counting how much water is in the region, there must be at least 1 because we can't put 1 in. So the bottom cell in this region, which is the circle, must contain water. The bottom cell in this region must contain water, or the bottom row. So the bottom row here must contain water. The bottom row here must contain water. The bottom row here must contain water. The bottom row here must contain... Oh, the bottom row here must contain water. And the bottom row here must contain water because all of these regions have circles in them. This region has a circle. This region has a circle. This region... So this is a 9. And it's a circle. So this is saying that this region is full of water. But that's a problem, isn't it? Because I need to fill one of these regions with all water. And if this was all water, this would also have to be a 9. Oh, but this region doesn't have a circle in it. So these can't be water, because if these were water, this would have to be a 9 and it can't be. So these are not water. This is not water, because if it was, then all of these would need to be water and this would need to be a 9. There must be water in every row. These are now water and these are all water. This is now the leftmost cell in this row, and this is a 4. Aha. This cell must be water, because if this was air, we couldn't put any more water above it, and this circle would need to be a 3, and it can't be. So this is water. These must be water, because if this was air, this would be the only water in the region. This would need to be a 1, and there's already a 1 in the column, which is the same region. Those are all water. Okay, how do we go from here? So what can the digits in the circle are going to be restricted, aren't they? This can either be 1, if I add the next row it's 3, and if I add the next row it's 5. So this is only 1, 3 or 5. This can only be 4, if I add the next row it's 6. If I add the next row it's 7. Whoops, it's 7, and I can't add the next row. These must be air, because if I add, right, the top row of all of these must be air, because if I make this air, if I make this water, this would need to be a 9. So those are air, this is air, this is air, this is air. But I can keep going with this. This is either 2 or 6 now because it's either those 2 digits or I add the next row, which makes this 6. Ooh, this one could be anything. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 8. So this is anything except 7 or 9, or 1, 7, or 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 8. And it can't be 3. So it's either 2 or it jumps to 4. So these 2 digits are always the same. This one can be 4, 6, or 8 only, because if I add another layer, it jumps to 6. If I add another layer, it jumps to 8. This one can be 3. If I add another layer, it's 6. If I add another layer, it's 7. If I add another layer, it's 8. And this one is 2 currently. It would then jump to 5 or 8. So it's only 2, 5, or 8. Hang on, doesn't it make that 1? It's the only place I can put 1. No, I've only got 8 circles. So I don't need every digit in a circle. Is there a digit that I can't place in a circle? I can place 1, I can place 2, I can place 3, I can place 4, I can place 5, I can place 6, I can place 7, I can place 8. Damn. So how do I proceed? Is it these black dots? This can't be 3, 6. So this is 1, 2, 4, 8. Because a black dot can't contain 5, 7, or 9 because there's no valid ratio. So you've got 1 doubling to 2, 2 doubling to 4, 3 doubling to 6 doesn't work because there's no 3, 8 available, or 4 doubling to 8. 5 doubling to 10 doesn't work, and everything after that is unreasonable. So 1 to 2, 2 to 4, or 4 to 8 are all that's possible. So these are a bit restricted. Like if this is 1, 2, this is 6, all of those become done. And this is 4 or 8. If this is 2, 4, that's 6 and that's 8. So all of those would become done. And if this is 4, 8, this is 6 and this is 2. And none of those would be done. Oh, this can't be 4 anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is only 6 or 7. Okay. So I have to admit, I'm a little bit stumped. If this is a 6, this is yellow, and this has to be a 2. Hang on. No, these don't have to be the same. This would be a 2. Hang on a minute. Can this be a 2? If this is a 2, this is different. Oh, these two have to be the same. If this is a 2, these two have to be the same. It's either these or all of those. These two have to be the same. So if this is a 7, that is also done. Those two have to be the same. Oh, this can't be a 1. No, it could be. If this is a 1, these are shaded. Because if this is a 1, I've already got 2. If this is a 3, and if these are shaded, oh, this could be anything. But this would then be, oh, hang on, this is 6 or 7. These are shaded. This can't be a 4 anymore because there's more than 4 in the row. These are shaded. These are water. So there's at least 4 here, but this is counting this row. Can these all be unshaded? Because I'm wondering about 2 in column 1. Thing is, it could go in either of those if they're unshaded. So, well, what can these be in column 1? So that is counting the number of shaded cells in row 8. And that is a bit restricted. It can't be 1 or 2. It could be 3. It could be 3, which is 3, which is the current minimum. If I add one of these, that takes it to 6. And if I add both of these, it takes it to 9, which it can't be. So one of these is unshaded. Either this is a 2 or this is a 3. But if this was a 3, these would be unshaded and this would have to be a 6. Hang on, if this is a 3, this can't be a 3. If this is a 3, all of those become unshaded and that becomes a 3. This can't be a 3. This is a 6, which means this isn't a 6. But what this, so it either stops here or this continues up. So what can this be now? Well, the 6 makes this a 7, which means this is water, which means all of these are water and this can't be a 2 anymore. So this can't be a 2, this can't be a 2. 2 is in one of those 2 in the column. Hang on. Let's pencil mark all of these digits. Yes, I'm over pencil marking, but I think it's going to help me. These 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. Now, this could be anything because it's not shaded. This could be anything. I don't know if it's shaded or not. This can't be 2 or 3 because it already sees 4. This already sees 5, so it can't be 2, 3, or 4. This is 5 or 8. And this can't be 3 by Sudoku, and it can't be 2 because it already sees 3 digits. So this is a 4, 5, 8 triple, and I can take 4, 5, 8 out of those. This is a 2, 3 pair. But if this is a 3, these could all be unshaded, and that still could be shaded. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is water. And so this can't be a 2. This is a 3. This is a 2. And I've got all 3. So these are all air, and these are now all air. And this is a 4, 5, 8. One of these needs to be an 8. Well, hang on, I've already got 5 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. This can't be a 6 or an 8 anymore. This is only a 4 or a 5. This can't be a 7 because I've already got a 7 in a circle. So I've got 7 and 9 in circles already. So none of these can be 7 or 9, but they're not. One of these rows needs to be 8. This could be an 8 by just adding in all of those and making that a 6. If this is an 8, all of these become water. This becomes an 8, but that's not a circle, so I can do that. This had become 3. All of these had become air, so all of these had become water, which would make this a 5. And these had all become air. This would be 4, and this would become, yeah, that works. Yeah, and all of these would be air, and this would be a 2. I think that works. Can I do 8 here? I've got 3. I'd need 5 more. It would have to be those. If this is an 8, this would be an 8. and this would be a 6, and those would become air. So this would have to be water. If this is an 8, all of those are water. That would be 8, and that would be 8. That can't be an 8. If this is an 8, all of those become water, and both of these regions are filled to depth 8, and both of those would be 8. That's a 5. I've already got 5 in the row. All of those become air. So this can't be an 8 anymore. This can't be an 8 anymore. That's a 3, and all of these become air. And these now become water by the row total. This is a 5 or an 8. There's no 5 in either of those. And this can't be a 4. How would I make this a 4 now? 1, 2, 3, I'd need to add 1, but the minimum I could add is 2. This is the 8. These are all water. Oh, this is so clever. This is the 4, and I've already got the 4, and these are all air. This is a 2. This is 6. This is 8. This is 4. This is 1. There's no 2 on this, so this doesn't have 1 or 2 on it. This is a 4, 8. So let's have a look at what I've got for the circles. This is a 3. So 4, there's 4 to the left, to the right. This is the leftmost cell, and there's 4 in the row. Leftmost cell, there's 3 in the row. Leftmost cell, there's 3 in the row. Leftmost cell, there's 4 in the row, and there's 1 in this region. Leftmost cell, there's 7 in the row, and there's 7 in the region. Leftmost cell, there's 5 in the row. Leftmost cell, there's 8 in the row. And here there is 4 in the region. Leftmost cell, there's 6 in the row, and here there's 8 in the region. Leftmost cell, there's 9 in the region, and there's 9 in the row. And in this, that circle says there's 3 in the region, and that circle says there's 6 in the region. Okay, this I think is the aquarium done. Now I've just got an irregular Sudoku, which is going to be really hard to scan while I have all the colors in the grid. I'll see how I go with it. 3 is not in any of those. 3 is in one of those two because I've already got 3s in these regions. This 8 means this is 7 or 9. This can't be 3, 6 because of the 3. So it's 1, 2, 4 and must contain a 2. There's no 4 there because of that 4. Oh, there's no 4 in either of them. That's just a 1, 2 pair because of the 4 looking down. This is going to be tricky for me to scan, I think. What are these 4 digits? I need to put a 2, but I can't put the 2 on this dot. So these are, well, let's just put them all in. 2, 6, 8, and 9. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But the only 2 digits that are consecutive there are 8 and 9. So this is a 2, 6, and the 2 is making this the 6 and that the 2. The 8 is looking up making that the 9 and that the 8. I've got 1 in this region. 9 in this region is in one of those 3 cells because I can't put it down here. 9 here would put 8 there, so there's no 9 there. 9 is in one of those 2. 9 in this row? No, I could put it here, no problem. What can this be? Yeah. I need to put an even digit on a consecutive dot. None of them can be 4 because it sees a 4 there and a 4 there, and it's got a 6, 8. So this has to have a 2 on it, and it can't have a 3. So this is a 1, 2 pair. So these are 4, 5, 7, and 9. So this is only 5, 7, or 9 because it sees a 4. This is 5, 7, or 9, and this is the 4 in the row, which means there's no 4 in there or there. 4 is in one of those 2 in that region. What can this be now? It can't be 1, 2, 2, 4, or 3, 6. This is a 4, 8, and this 4 is looking up making that the 8 and that the 4. This dot, it sees 2, 4, and 8. It must have a 6 on it. It's from 5, 6, 7 and must contain a 6. And this dot now must contain an 8. So it's 7, 8, 9 and must contain an 8. There's no 8 there because of the 4, 8 pair looking up. This is the 8. This is a 7, 9. This is fun. This is really fun. I'm really sorry to was it HFJ if you only submitted this to my channel and I've been sitting on this for so long. This is really good. Of course, I have some work to do to figure out how to finish solving this irregular Sudoku. I love the Aquarium, by the way. How many 8s do I have? I don't have an 8 in this column. Can't put it there. There's one in the region. It's there, there, or there. 4 in this row. Yeah, it can't be in any of those or any of those or there. 4 is in one of those two. Which is restricting 4 in this row to one of those two cells. Well, 4 in this region can't be in any of those. And it can't be there. So it's in one of those. That's not, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. 3 in this region I can be sure about though. Can't put it in any of these cells. That 3 sees both of those. That's a 3. Looking down saying that's not a 3, that's a 3. So what haven't I placed in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are from 5, 7, 9 and must contain a 9. The 9 is looking up saying not there, that's the 9. Looking down, making that the 7, looking across, taking 7 out of those, this is a 5, 9 pair. So 9 in this column maybe? Because now it has to be up here, but it can't be there. 5 in that column maybe? Because 5 is up here as well. Maybe I want to look at these columns. Because I need to put a 2 in this column. And I can't put it there. Right, where's 2 in this column? Can't put it in any of those because they're already full. Can't put it in either of those. And there's a 1, 2 pair in this region already. That's a 2, making that a 4. There's a 7 looking up saying this isn't a 7. So this digit here is a 5 or a 6. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these are 5, 6, 9, and there's no 9 there. So that's a 5, 6 pair, and that becomes a 9, saying this isn't a 9, that is a 9. So this is a triple. No, it's not a triple at all, because this 1, 2 is not in the region. But this can't be a 1 or a 2. Because if this was a 1, it would see that by Sudoku and that in the region. 2 would be the same. So 1 and 2 are in here. So what can this be? It can't be 1 or 2. It can't be 3, 4. It could be 5. It can't be 6. It could be 7. It could be 8. No, it can't be 8. There's an 8 in the region. This is only 5 or 7. And this 6 is looking across, making that the 5, which makes that the 6. And the 5 looks back, making that the 7. This is fun. And these are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 1, 2, 5, and there's no 5 there. So this is a 1, 2 pair, that's a 5. So in this row, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, and 7. These are 1, 2, and 7. There's no 2 there because that 2 is in the same region. In fact, this 5 looks up, making that the 7, which takes 7 out of those. This is a 5, 6 pair because they're in the same region, and the 7 looks back down, making that the 1, which makes that the 2 and that the 1. The 1 and the 2 makes that the 7. This 4 looks across, making that the 8 and that the 4. This is not a triple, but I do need to put an 8 in it. This is a 4, 8 pair because 8 can't go here, 4 can't go here, but I need to put 4 and 8 in this row. So this is the 1, 2 that has not been placed in this row. I wonder how this is going to disambiguate itself. I'm hoping I don't need to use colouring because that would just feel unpleasant in an aquarium puzzle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 3, 5, and 7 to complete this region. 7 can't be there. 5 can't be there. But if these are 3, 5, 7, that looks like making that the 6 and that the 5. And this has to be the 1, 2 that hasn't been placed in the region. Sorry, column. This is a column. This vertical thing is a column. I feel very Doric. Where's the other 1 and 2 in this region? 1, 2 can't be in those cells. 1 and 2 can't be here. These are full. This is a 1 or a 2, and the 2 is looking across, making that the 1, making that the 2, looking down, making that the 1, which makes that the 2, which makes that the 1, and that the 2. This is really neat. Where is 7 in this region? Can't be in any of those. That's the 7. What's this triple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. There's no 6 here. So that's a 5, 9 pair, not that one. Those are a 5, 9 pair, making that the 7. And now, where's the 1 in this column? It must go there. And I know what this pair is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 2 and 6, and the 2 is looking across, making that the 6 and that the 2. So this row is just missing 3 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 3 and 7, and 7 is looking up, making that the 3, which makes that the 7, taking 7 out of there. This is beautiful. What's the, it's not a triple, it's a quadruple. So where am I most constrained? Let's look at this column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, because I've got 5, 7, 8, 9. These are 3, 4, and 6. The 4 and the 6 here makes that the 3, and I can take 3 out of those. The 3 looks back, making that the 5 and that the 3. Can I resolve the 4, 6? I don't know. But now these are 5, 7, 8, 9. So 7 is in one of those two because of the 7 looking up and not being able to be in those. And that 7 looks across saying not there. That's the 7. This is now a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 8, 9. There's no 8 or 9 there. That's the 5. Take 5 out of both of those. The 8, 9 looks down, making that the 4 and that the 8. The 8... The 6 and the 9 in here looks up, making that the 5, which makes that the 9. This region, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is missing at 6, which looks across, making that the 4 and that the 6. The 9 looks across, making that the 8 and that the 9. These rows are all but done now, but let's use the 9 looking down, making that the 5 and that the 9. This is beautiful. This is a 1, because I haven't got a 1 in the row. This row is missing its 8. This row, 1, 2, 3, 4, is missing its 5. So the thing I haven't placed in the region, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, this is a 6, 9, and the 6 is looking across, making that the 9 and that the 6, and that is the solution. That was stunning. Yeah, 4 solves in 96 days. I've been sitting on this for 3 months, and I don't think HFJ posted it anywhere else. I'm really sorry about that. This is a fitting puzzle for 1, 2, 3, 4 on my channel because it flowed like a stream of digits. it ebbed into the bottom of the tank. This is too good to be called the bottom of the tank. This puzzle was glorious. And again, living proof that puzzles do not need to be diabolically hard to be beautifully elegant. Loved it. Again, I'm not chasing watch time. I'm chasing good puzzle solves, and I think you got one here. Not necessarily from me, but you got a good puzzle to solve. Really happy about that. Great puzzle. Thank you, HFJ. Aquarius, really happy with it. And if you're really interested in something fun, one of my favorite musicals, definitely in my top 5, is Hair. Opens with Aquarius. Not a great musical. It's pure nostalgia. Thanks everyone for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this one because this was great. This was wonderful. I love this. I bet I've had a good run of puzzles to get back into the swing of things with. So let's hope I can keep that going. Thanks everyone for watching. And as always, good luck with your solving.